Hey YouTube, Dr. Jaws here, bringing you an in-depth COD Ghost Ninja Defuse tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll go over what I think are the best perks to use, what your player should look like, and how to be a sneaky snake and not look like an obvious otter. So we'll go ahead and start out with my class preferences. So first I'll go over the gun selections. I use the assault rifle MSBS because it's OP as tits, and I like 3-burst guns because mommy says I'm special. You can also use the combat knife, another assault rifle, an SMG. Don't use LMGs, marksman rifles, or sniper rifles because they will slow you down and will make you stick out. You can also use shotguns and the Riot Shield as well. I have the red dot sight and silencer as the attachments. I use a silencer to keep off enemy radar, which is always important. I'm also using a pistol so that I can statue defuse, which is another form of ninja defusing. My lethal is the throwing knife, which I use to play dead and statue defuse, and I don't have a tactical so that I can have an extra perk, and tacticals don't work well to play dead like they did in Black Ops 2. Now, moving on to the perks. The first perk I have is the Incog. This is a necessity to have. This perk keeps your gamertag from popping up whenever an enemy looks towards your direction. If you don't use Incog and the enemy sees your bright red gamertag in a game, you're going to have a bad time. Alright, the second perk I have is Dead Silence. It's very easy to sound whore in this game, and this perk allows you to stay quiet. For the majority of the time, anyway. The only problem that can occur is if someone is using Amplify, which allows them to hear Dead Silence footsteps and normal footsteps even better. If you don't use Dead Silence and the enemy hears you stomp around the bomb site, you're gonna have a bad time. The third perk is Off the Grid, and I have to have this perk on every class because I hate being seen by UAVs or SATCOMs or anything that puts me on the enemy minimap. SATCOMs seem to be called in frequently in S&D and Search and Rescue, so if an enemy calls in a SATCOM and you don't have Off the Grid, you're gonna have a bad time. That's right. Alright. And my last perk is Ready Up, just in case I run into anyone while trying to get to my spot. If you don't plan on statue defusing, then you can get rid of your secondary and then replace Ready Up with either Agility or Extreme Conditioning. And those allow you to get to your spot faster, which can make the difference for some maps. I also have a Riot Shield class, which I use for trap defuses. It is the same as my Ninja Defuse class I just showed you, other than it has agility instead of Ready Up and no secondary. The Riot Shield attachments are beneficial as well. I have the titanium frame on mine because I'm dumb and thought it makes me move faster, but it only makes melees faster. I'd use the portable radar attachment, which shows nearby enemies on the minimap. Do not use Scrambler. Scrambler is literally retarded. Jams nearby enemy radar, which means they now know you are near them and they will hunt you down and you will have a bad time. Okay, now we'll cover what your player appearance should be because we all know you don't want to be that guy who's not wearing the latest clothing design fashion on the battlefield. So first, under the special, is the Wookiee outfit, aka the ghillie suit. It will take some time to get the suit because you have to get 850 kills with the sniper chrome line attachment. As you can see, I'm a few kills away from getting it. This suit is great for bushy and tall grass areas. However, you don't have to have the Wookiee outfit to be a successful ninja bomber. I will show you my guy's outfit. Starting with the head, I have Simon Ghost Riley, which I got by pre-ordering the game. It's great to have because it's dark and will help you blend into dark areas of the map a lot better than a guy with no mask. Next, we'll go over the uniform. I use Federation Assault because it doesn't have a bunch of bulky gear on it, and camouflage works very well for whatever maps you play on. If you use a uniform with a bunch of bulk and attachments on it that makes you stick out like an obvious otter, you're gonna have a bad time. So, that concludes what your class setup should look like and what your player appearance should look like. Now we'll head on to the field and I'll show you how to play dead, how to statue defuse, and how to use the Riot Shield and how to approach the planter. Alright, so I got my boys Grover and Taco here with me and I'll have them demonstrate how to play dead so that you guys can see what it looks like. So first, just laying prone with the gun out looks somewhat decent, but when you hold your throwing knife, your guy stays perfectly still, which is the key. People rely on movement in Call of Duty. If you aren't moving, then your chance of not being seen increase tremendously. Now, holding tactical equipment like the concussion or whatever the fudge Taco is using looks terrible to me because your guy holds it way out to the left side, which makes your guy more spread out, which gives the enemy a better chance to spot you, and you're gonna have a bad time. Also, wide or triangle doesn't work in this game like it did in the previous Infinity Ward games. It's gonna look like you're jacking off your gun, and if an enemy sees you wanking off your own gun, then that enemy will be startled and want to shoot you in the face, and you will have a bad time. Now, we'll cover the basics for statue defusing. If you don't know how to statue defuse, it's really simple. All you have to do is stand up against a wall and hold out the throwing knife. This makes you still like a statue, hence the name statue defuse. When you do hold out your throwing knife, make sure you have a pistol out. When you hold the throwing knife, whatever gun you have out will stay out. So if you have a primary gun out and try to statue defuse, it's going to give away your position and you're going to have a bad time. That's right. Now, we'll go over the use of Riot Shield and show you an example of a spot to blend in and keep hidden from enemies. So as you can see, Taco is using the Riot Shield, and if it wasn't for his gamer tag, I wouldn't be able to see him at all. And same with Grovert, who is statuing right below him. When you're going for a ninja defuse, try and find spots that are dark or in a bushy, tall grass area. Now, the trick is you want to crouch when you have the Riot Shield, and you want to stand straight up if you're doing a statue defuse. Standing with the Riot Shield makes your player move side to side more compared to when your player is crouched. And standing up while statuing allows you to blend in with the wall a lot better than when you're crouching. And the final thing I will cover in this tutorial is how to approach the bomb planter. The best way is to walk up to the planter from behind and lay down directly behind them. Just make sure to give them a little space so that the barrel of your gun doesn't wave in front of their face. And this also gives them enough space to back up if they happen to do so. There will be times, however, when the enemy faces you while planting the bomb. In this case, it is better to approach the enemy head-on versus running around to their backside. If you run around to their backside, they will see you in the corner of their screen, and then you're gonna have a bad time. So instead, you're gonna wait for 2 seconds after they start planting, which is about how long it takes for the bomb to cover up the front of their screen. Then you go straight up to their face and lay prone, and then finally get the defuse. If you stay in front of them the entire time, they will not see you and will scamper off after they plant it. Now, know that ninja defusing is tricky and won't always work, but that's what makes it fun and challenging in the end. There are many ways to ninja defuse, so go out there and try what works best for you, be creative, and most importantly, have fun doing it, and you're going to have a good time. If you enjoyed the video and it helped you out, feel free to leave a like and comment. I'd love to see your guys' feedback. Let me know what you do differently as well. Like I said, there are many ways to ninja defuse, so feel free to let me and my viewers know. Alright, peace out, Girl Scouts.
I'll take my sanity.